Well, good morning. My name is Ked Wills. I serve as the director of the Idaho State Police, and it is a real privilege and honor for me to be here this morning to recognize two amazing individuals, Captain Rene Miller from the Ada County Paramedics and engineer and paramedic Malik Morris from the Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue. We're very thankful that you all are here with us to celebrate what happened that we're going to speak about here in a few minutes. Malik is joining us from Station 55, Truck 55 in West Lynn, Clackamas County, Oregon. Looks like he's got several of his partners there with him. Also with him is Division Chief Mark Cross. Thank you for joining with us, Chief, as well. Or can you raise your hand, Chief? Thank you. Thanks, Chief, for joining us. It's my understanding that Malik has been with Tualatin Fire and Rescue for almost 20 years. And for us in law enforcement, that's a lot of sleepovers. That was supposed to be funny. Okay. It's my understanding you're just getting off shift this morning. And it's our understanding also that the truckies at Station 55 are the busiest around in your area. Is that true?
Busiest truck in West Lynn, that's for sure.
Oh, good. Good. That's what we want. And then here with us we have Captain Rene Miller with the Ada County Paramedic. She's been with Ada County EMS for 17 years. She's also been influential in getting the Ada County Community Paramedic program going and is a training captain and also has been spent some of her career working with victims of abuse. And here with her today is her husband Ryan and also her mother. You know, I'd like to pause for just a second when I was told your mother is here. Our society depends on moms and dads raising great sons and daughters. So thank you for doing what you did here. We're very thankful that, yes, she did. Also, Field Captain Annalise Bertelson is here with us. There we go. Thank you, Captain. And Stacy Wynn and Public Information Officer Ryan Larondo from the Ada County Paramedics are with us here as well. So thank you all for being here. We have some command staff members from the Idaho State Police here with us. We have our Chief of Operations, Lieutenant Colonel Kelly, our Chief of Staff, Lieutenant Colonel Gardner, and one of our captains out of headquarters, Captain Smith, as well as Lieutenant Ketchum that you'll hear from here in just a minute. I'd like to speak to both of you if I could. It's a little awkward speaking to one here and one in Oregon, but you're obviously veterans and very, very good at what you do. And you've dedicated your careers to serving and helping others. And that's very clear in the career choice that you chose. You're skilled and you're very highly trained in your day-to-day work. But what we're here to talk about is what you did when you didn't have to. Your dedication and your sense of duty called you to do what happened on this day. And what it called you to do was to come to aid of your fellow human beings on Interstate 84. The motorists you helped that day are extremely lucky that you happened by. And the Idaho State Police are extremely grateful that you happened by, and not only that you happened by, that you're willing to lend your expertise and professionalism there. Lieutenant Sam Ketchum is here today, and he was with you on scene as well as several other troopers. And on their behalf, and on the behalf of the people of the great state of Idaho, I'd like to express my sincere gratitude for what you did during that crash. And I'd like to read from the Certificate of Appreciation, if I may. On July 22nd, 2021, at approximately 12:49 p.m., troopers with the Idaho State Police were called to a 3-vehicle injury crash on westbound Interstate 84 in Canyon County. Lieutenant Sam Ketchum was the first trooper to arrive on scene. He observed 2 vehicles with severe damage completely blocking westbound lanes of travel. Malik Morris, an off-duty firefighter-paramedic with Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue, was driving on Interstate 84 with his family. Rene Miller, an off-duty captain with Ada County Paramedics, was also driving on I-84. They each came upon the crash scene and immediately stopped to assist. Coordinating together and with other emergency response personnel, Morris and Miller performed advanced life-saving measures to 2 elderly patients who appeared to have life-threatening injuries. Although this collision involved serious injuries to multiple patients, all involved survived. Without the fast action of off-duty paramedics Malik Morris and Rene Miller, ISP investigators believe the outcome of this incident would have been much different. Morris and Miller's actions demonstrated extreme dedication, training, and skill, and they went above and beyond their required duties. Their service upholds the highest traditions of public safety service, And in recognition for their dedication, Malik Morris and Rene Miller are presented with a certificate of appreciation from the Idaho State Police and a coin from my office as small tokens of our appreciation. And I stand here on behalf of every citizen of Idaho, thanking you both for what you did. So if you would come forward, Captain Miller. With all the technology, I'm unable to award it to you right now, so virtually I'll just show you the plaque. We'll get this in the mail to you as well, but for you, I'd like to award this certificate of appreciation along with a coin from my office. Thank you very much. Awesome. Thank you. Okay, we'd like to hear from a few other folks, but we have one more award, I think. Ryan, if you'd like to come forward.
Well, it's not an award.
Yes. Yes, it is. If you'd like to come forward.
Well, I won't get emotional, but generally when she does, I do, because I love this woman very much. But I'm so proud of my wife. I'm just proud of her. Now I can't even talk, because her dedication to her community and her job has just been so powerful. And that was her last call, maybe. And so it's been tough on her. And I've watched her go through her back injury. And so I really think this is pretty cool, because you guys are saying thank you on possibly your last call after a work injury. So I love you, sweetheart. I wish you wouldn't cry, because it would get me all teary-eyed. I can't, not with my wife.
Thank you. Appreciate that. All right, now we'd like to hear from a few other folks. We'd first like to hear from Lieutenant Ketchum, and then Captain Miller, and then from Firefighter Morris, if we could, and in that order. So, Lieutenant, it's all yours.
Thank you, Colonel. I appreciate that, and thank you for all you folks being here. I'm going to try not to get emotional now, too, because Chuck Norris was crying. So I just want to take a short moment and talk about, in 22 years, I've been to a lot of crashes, and you never know what to expect when you get there, the chaos and everything that's going on. But when I got there, there was one other person there that we can't identify, couldn't find, and that was an off-duty doctor. But it was so reassuring to see Captain Miller and Firefighter Malik there and taking care of the stuff that I couldn't take care of, right? I didn't have that training. I don't have that knowledge that they had. And I have no doubt that the dedication and the passion they have for their careers saved lives that day. And so I thank them. Obviously, that made the scene a lot better for me as far as an investigator. But without guys like you, and Malik was on a 9-state vacation, I think, or something with his family, and Rene was in flip-flops, but it didn't stop them from doing their jobs that day. And it just goes to show what kind of characters they are and the passion and love they have for the human race. And so sincere thank you to both of you, obviously from a citizen and then also from a fellow first responder. So thank you guys both very much, and I truly appreciate what you did that day and saving lives. So thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes.
He was on scene first. I just showed up and I did my job, just like he did, just like everybody else that day, and it was. That's what I do. I just help, and I wanted to help, and it was so nice to meet, that gentleman, and I spent some time with a gentleman right there in that first vehicle, and he had muscular dystrophy and looked like my dad, and I had just recently lost my dad, so it was just I was able to be there for that gentleman and help him through it, and it sounds like he had the hardest go of things, so I don't know, just like these folks, it's what we do, it's in our blood. So I was just happy to help there, but yes, I did look down at one point and go, I'm in Chacos, I have no gloves on, and my scene is not safe, but I need to be here. So thank you guys for doing this. It was, like my husband said, I had a back injury March 1st, and I'm not going to be able to go back out on the ambulance, and this was my last call, and so it's emotional for me, obviously, but thank you so much. And try and beat that, Malik. We had fun on scene too, by the way.
Yes, yes, please.
Here, I'll take my mask off since everybody else has theirs on. Well, thank you. I would say, well, first, I asked one of our soon-to-be retiring officers one day what he was going to do when he retired. And we were getting hammered this day, running calls. And I just asked him, and he said, I'm going to be a better human, a better husband, a better father, and a better friend. And I think this is a real testament to everybody on scene. The way it came together was crazy. So I was just explaining to everyone behind me that the actual event started before the crash. My wife and I were passed, we're going 85 by an Audi that was going past us like a missile. And my wife says, oh, I hope he gets pulled over. And sure enough, within 5 miles, Lieutenant Ketchum has this guy pulled over. And then within minutes after that, we witnessed this accident. And everybody fell into place when it needed to happen. It was the strangest thing, triaging the first vehicle and having the doctor show up, triaging the second vehicle, and Rene comes up, and I mean, it was like she just dropped out of a cloud. She's like, I'm here, I'm a medic. And I was like, sweet. But how the rest of the call came together, I have to laugh because Rene was in Chacos, I'm in flip-flops. We're both just kicked back and we're running around doing stuff. And the funniest part for me was when the first ambulance rolled up and asked us to do a medical procedure in the back called rapid sequence intubation, if we could set it up. And I looked at Rene and she looked at me and was like, we're doing this. And we shot in the back of that ambulance and started setting up to do everything we could to help. But in that ambulance, it doesn't matter how, it does matter, but people believe in a lot of different things. But I think we witnessed some pretty incredible miracle when, I guess I can't say the gentleman's name. He was dead when he came in the ambulance. And when he woke up, came to and started talking, the look that the four of us, the two medics that were on the ambulance, Rene and I, gave each other, I'll never forget. We were all just in absolute shock. And what he said will stick with me for life. And I hope that I can be as good of a husband as that gentleman is to his wife. He came from not having a heartbeat, and to this first question was, how was my wife? And I was dumbfounded by it. And of course, I told my wife, and she cried for 3 hours down the highway. But it was a pretty incredible day. But the IDOT worker who stopped traffic for us, all the law enforcement, everybody who stopped, I mean, all the pieces fell together. It was an honor to be there. So.
All right, I have a presentation for Malik as well. Can you stand up, Malik? Okay, so Mark Cross, District Chief, and this is for Malik. This isn't the first time that Malik runs into these kinds of things. He seems to be a magnet for them. And, I would say it's not just by chance. It's the person that he is, and that he won't walk by things that need to be done. And this was just one other opportunity. He also delivered a calf. He also helped a pregnant lady off of a mountain. And so it's just a multitude of these types of things, that he takes an opportunity to not walk by those kinds of things. And so I just want to share my appreciation for you and your dedication to the service and just the dedication to mankind in general. So we have a life-saving award here, right? Coin for Malik. This isn't his only one. He has several others. So anyway, thanks, Chief. Thank you very much.
Well, thanks for that, Chief. I appreciate those words and appreciate Malik and Rene. You know, it's been said that society can be judged by how they treat their most vulnerable. And that's a true test of society. And if that's a test, you both passed with flying colors. And it's not just what you did in this instance that matters, as the Chief shared. It's what you chose to do as a career and how you really care about your fellow human beings that matters most. And so we're really thankful that you happened on this crash for us this day and for those involved in that crash. But as a society, we're very thankful we have men and women of your caliber. So thank you very much.